Candace Owens was let go or fired from the Daily Wire. Now, everybody thought
Yes.
this was Ben Shapiro's doing. He pushed it, but Ben Shapiro is a founder and not necessarily the owner. So this has been taking place for a minute, but she made some comments about about what's occurring over in the Middle East as far as how Israel is completely decimating Gaza. And the things that she said were kind of really like lightweight. She said no government, should be allowed to commit genocide. And, quoted some things from, the Bible. And then they said afterwards, she's been saying some things that have been considered anti-Semitic, like Christ is king or some shit like
God,
that.
she said, God is king.
God is king. And
Yeah.
I guess they said that that's some form of anti-Semitic. Now, interestingly enough, she interviewed this rabbi. This crazy motherfucker sat up there because she was like, "Can you please like explain what anti-Semitism is?" And he said that it's always morphing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always and he's like, "What?" And then she's been going back and forth with a cat rabbi smoothie, um, and the dude he attacked her. And so when she attacked him back, this rabbi, this other guy says, no matter how bad or what he said, you can't respond to him like that. And it's like, wait a minute, you expect us to take that shit? Well, long story short, she found herself fired, and then she just started popping up on these uh, like black podcasts and black media sites. She was on the Joe Budden Network, and she was on Breakfast Club saying some pretty foul shit in my opinion because now she's trying to talk that black shit. You know what I'm saying? You would think she drizzy out this bitch, but you know what I'm saying. So she goes on to say she says I literally believe that there's a realistically there's a conspiracy to re-enslave black people. I'm like, nigga, every nigga got that in the back of their mind. Then they was like, yo, how is it that you can marry a white man and you know be trying to talk this pro-black stuff now? Pretty much, I'm paraphrasing. And she was like, she went on about some paradox shit, and she was like, but the thing is, I married my IQ, and everybody was like, well, what the fuck does that mean?
Ouch.
He's so
Yeah.
beautiful and this, that, and the other. And this broad she's got a real inferiority fucking complex. But the saddest thing is to see all of these people in the comments like, oh, she's brilliant. Oh, she's telling the truth. Telling the truth about what? What is it that she said that hasn't been ridiculous that people haven't said before? I mean, she's not that bright. She's articulate as hell, but she's not fucking bright. And when you look at the things that she said about black people and black events over a period of time, it's kind of like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, let me see, where's it at? I got a list of this shit. Hold on, man. I did that just for this show, man. So right here, I was watching the Tim Black show, and he made a log on this. So she said, maybe I live in a box. This was July 15th, 2020. Maybe I live in a box, but I never met a single black American who was a slave or a single white American who was a slave owner. I've only come across lazy people who believe that those of us who work ought to support them. Human parasites. And she tried to clean it up by saying they come in every race. Then she says, Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Hope everyone enjoys it. Like, bitch, every holiday is made up. It was all made up at some point till it was fucking made official.
She said
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Annabelle said that. She says, I have no sympathy for Jordan Neely. This was the cat who was having a mental health crisis on the train, and Daniel Penny choked the young brother to death. She says Ahmaud Arbery was on May 9th, 2020. Ahmaud Arbery was caught on camera breaking into an unfinished property that was owned by Larry English. His mother has confirmed it is him in the video. Please stop with just the jogger bullshit narrative. Avid joggers don't wear khaki shorts and stop to break into homes. And with that, the people who own the house said that they had no problem with him being in there and looking. They said that this is a common thing when houses are being built. people will kind of stop and walk in there and take a look. So she's only telling part of the story. But my point is, in reading all of this shit, look, still wondering why Black Americans lag behind other races. Name one other race in America that protests and riots when their criminals die while committing crimes. It's reverse Darwinism, survival of the dumbest. Our criminals need justice is a bottom feeder mentality. No, it's not. What we're saying is give them the same justice that everybody else gets. Their fucking day in court, not a bullet in the back. Today I'm studying why my Caribbean immigrants far surpass Black Americans in terms of economic success. If America awards success based on skin color, this wouldn't be possible. All researchers conclude that they are simply more driven. I'm of St. Thomas descent, very proud. This was in 2019. So the point is, man, she has this vitriol for Black people, the same motherfuckers that she's trying to run to now. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers
leave
gotta
us alone. Stay where you at with your
stay where
IQ.
you at. You know,
What happened?
with your IQ.
Yeah, what happened was she got her, wake up call.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what, I don't care about your IQ. You are who you are. We see
Just
you
'cause
who you are.
Yeah.
And guess what? We could pull, stop all the funding, all that shit. We'll disconnect your line just like that. And that's what they did. And who she, like you said, her fallback is, Joe Buttons and the Breakfast Club. And she's making the rounds now because she need a check. She need a check.
No, don't come to us. You got that white meat in you.
She did that thing. What was old girl from Youngstown who was getting down with Trump?
Omarosa.
Yeah, that shit. It's good when the money's flowing. You should say that shit, talk that shit until the motherfuckers cut you loose.
Yeah, now they make an example of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, and I'm sorry for saying it because it doesn't matter if you date outside your race, but don't downplay who you are as a person. That's my only thing, because no matter how that white man moves or whatever, he's going to have a better movement than you. So just because he thinks a certain way, because that's what it sounds like, because, women conform to their men. Let's just keep it real. It sounds like she's sitting having great conversation, great head, great dick, and he's putting all that into her, and she's forgetting who the fuck she really is.
That's good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Go ahead, old man. Bring this home, man. What's up?
Oh, Candace Owens is another person I could care less about. Her and Diddy could be on the same plane. And it's I've seen enough of her sound bites where I just don't want to listen to anything she has to say. And I know that's a bad way to take anyone, it's just by sound bites, but hers are damning, man. I really don't like this chick. I think the anti-Semitism thing is gone way too far, man. Like, anything is anti-Semitism now. And it's anything that they choose to, that day. It's a weird spot to be in, to where they have so much control and power, is that they call anything anti-Semitism and you're canceled immediately. Especially in a situation like this where, they have bombed and stolen these people's land over the course of the last 6 months. They've murdered, I don't know, countless children and women. They're even bombing the refugee camps. Like, this is sickening, absolutely sickening. And
they say, go here for safety and then bomb the motherfucker.
Yeah. And it's just a huge land grab. And when you call it out like it is, you're an anti-Semite.
She said God is king.
Yeah, but it's anything, man. As soon as you go against their narrative, man, you're done.
And she got it. She got the call. Call. Hey, hello, nigga. You're done.
And here's the bad thing, is that we need to stick up for Candace Owens, because this is not going to end with her. Like, the more people that speak out on anti-Semitism, well, on what this genocide is going on, the more people to speak out, the more people are going to follow the same suit.
She's still scratching her head like, what did I say? So she don't even understand, because she's still keep doing, keep giving her her spiel on the black community. She'll keep going on and on. She just need a platform. She got
Okay,
caught
let me say this.
flat-footed. That's all. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I didn't mean to cut nobody off, but that's the only reason I disagree with you, Cuddy, about defending her is because if given the chance,
yes, she'll be back.
If given the proper platform and the proper pulpit, this bitch will be back on our asses again. People that ain't doing anything to her. And here's the thing. I know you said you listen to sound bites. I actually tried to give her a chance because I'm like, man, come on, man. Maybe they're giving her a hard time. And for me, when she did an interview with Joe Rogan, she was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And he brought up climate change because she don't believe in the science and all of that. And so when he started asking her about the shit, she was just like, oh, that's stupid to me. He was like, well, have you listened to any of the scientists or read any of the research? Oh, no, it's just stupid. And that's my opinion. He said, well, your opinion has to be based on something.
Right.
Well, I just don't think it's real. He was like, how don't you think it's real if you haven't done any of the research? Like you just think it's dumb just to think it's dumb. Like there's data out there that says that it's real. There's people that study this that says it is real. And she just sat there like you saw, like, oh, this motherfucker is like in my ass. And like he said, it got so bad, he said, I'm not trying to embarrass you. So it's just a thing to me. This girl is not intelligent. So when I see other black people like, oh, she telling the truth. First of all, man, our people for some odd reason get judged by the lowest common denominator. They don't take into account the driven people that drive trucks like 3P and Kiki, the blue collar brothers like myself and Mr. Winslow. They don't take into account the firefighters like, oh man, I know more people like that than I do the street people. And it seems like that's what we always judged off of. And I done been to Texas. I done see what these other motherfucking races look like that's fucked up. I done worked in the emergency room doing security. I done seen drug addicts of every race and they're coming. And to be honest, most of the motherfuckers ain't black.
You better say it.
Again, she's something else. And she got that phone call. And to go back to your original point, Sauce, it sounds like, or was that Miss Kiki? Sounds like that's her husband talking about, I don't believe in that. That sound, that whole Joe Rogan interview sound like something her husband pumped into her and would say, yeah, climate change ain't real. Since she married her, her IQ, yeah. That's what that sound like to me. But
well,
again,
to 3P and Kiki's point, I hate to keep jumping in like this. Somebody was talking about that before, how a lot of women tend to adapt to their men's beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And it's just mighty fucking funny to me that a lot of these black people that say a lot of this crazy shit, they with somebody white. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is bugged out that she says, man. Like, all of that I just read, and they got her up there like, don't come back here with that bullshit. Don't come pandering or none of that.
Oh man, bring us home, man.
I got a quick question though.
What's up?
Because I really don't follow her like that. Mm-hmm. But was she the one that was on with what's his name? Expeditiously.
Yeah,
that was her.
That sounded just as fucking dumb as him.
Yeah, I don't care for her.
There you go.
Both of them sounded dumb. Him and her.
I don't care for her. The way she talked about our people, wow. Yeah, I don't care for her.
There is nobody in their right mind that believes that, that doesn't believe that a two-parent household, you know what I'm saying, is what children need, that hard work and drive is what would, get you through. But we looking at everybody else that don't deserve shit getting these set-asides and stipends, and here you got black people, whether you believe our folks deserve it or getting it or not, they ain't doing nothing but asking for a promise that was made to our people when they were free. So I mean that's they literally let our people out of slavery without severance and said without severance pay and said
make it happen. Make
it happen.
And we did.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I mean, your ashy ankles, but
And look where we at.
All right.
So I'm done. I'm sorry, everybody. I
We
can't
good.
stand this here bitch, man. I ain't gonna call her a coon. I ain't gonna call the bitch a coon, but I'm gonna call her a bitch. I can't stand this bitch.
Let's go, old man.
Bitch. The bitch.
I am Kiki, and I approve.
Yeah. There you go. Co-sign.